Hi, konnichiwa, minasan, konnichiwa. So today is our cultural lesson, technically. I know we've only just kind of got started back into Japanese, but that's okay. We're going to catch up with our hiragana and that type of thing next time. So first thing we're going to be looking at today is okonomiyaki. So okonomiyaki are Japanese styled savory pancakes. So on the image to the left, so the pancake is underneath and then it gets coated with different kinds of sauces, sometimes barbecue, and those little flakes on top are called bonito flakes, I'm pretty sure. Right. And though you might not have the bonito flakes at home in your cupboard, you should be able to get everything else. So this is kind of a simplified version of okonomiyaki so that you are able to make it at home during the lockdown. Right. So your task today is to write down the recipe for okonomiyaki in your Japanese book. So make sure you've got your topic, okonomiyaki, that you've written down that it's a Japanese style savory pancake. And then while I'm going through this kind of video today, you need to list the ingredients, how much of the ingredients you need, and the method, so which is how to make it. And I thought this might be nice, and maybe you can make some for mum or dad or your grandparents or whoever you're staying with at the moment. Hey! じゃあ最初、キャベジ。So first thing you need is an eighth of cabbage. Cabbage is cabbage. So you need about an eighth of a head of cabbage, which means you cut it in half. From one of the halves, you cut that in half. From the quarter that's left, you cut that in half. What you're going to do with that cabbage is you need to finely slice it, and we'll come back to that later. はい、次。ネギです。ネギがいります。So you need some negi or spring onion. So you do need to cut this thinly as well, but you have to separate the kind of the green from the white part of the stem. I'll come back to that shortly. Okay, so you need one or two spring onions. Okay, 次、卵がいります。So you need one egg. 次、醤油がいります。You need some soy sauce. And the soy sauce needs to be about half a teaspoon, maybe a little bit more if you like salt, but we'll stay with half a teaspoon for now. 次、小麦粉 which is flour, and you're going to need about a half a cup of flour. 次、水がいります。You need about half a cup of mizu, so half a cup of water. Right. And last but not least, you're going to need some 油がいります。You need some oil. And you just need that to coat the bottom of the fry pan, so that will depend on how big the fry pan is. So just enough to cover the fry pan. Right, so in a bowl, so you're going to need a bowl, you need to put your mizu, you need to put your shoyu, and you need to put your tamago. If you can't remember how much you need of those, then you're going to need to rewatch this video and pause it. Right. After mixing those all in together, then I want you to add your komugiko. Right. And that should make like a nice little batter. Right. If you're thinking it's a bit watery, that's okay, because we're not finished adding things. So, 次はキャベジ、千切りのキャベジ。 So in terms of your sliced cabbage, on the left we have got sliced cabbage, and on the right we've got finely sliced cabbage. So you need to be as close to the left-hand side looking, oh, not left, sorry, I always get mixed up. All right, so on the left we've got cabbage, and on the right we've got finely sliced cabbage, my bad. And you want as close to the right-hand side as you can, the right-hand side. Finely slice the right-hand side. Do not listen to me. That was, oh, no, I don't record this again. Hey, that's it. Trying to get it to the right-hand side slicing as best you can. Hey, it's it. So when I was talking about the spring onion before, so you need to divide it into two parts first. So the green part, which will be used for garnish, and the white part, which will go into your mix of batter along with the cabbage. Right. And this one as well, you need to be slicing them as finely as you can. Always make sure when you're using a knife that your fingers are tucked in, especially especially your thumb, because sore if you cut yourself. But please make sure that somebody's with you in the kitchen, especially if you haven't cooked in the kitchen much. Right, so you're going to take that finely sliced cabbage and that finely sliced niggy, and you're going to add them to your batter last. Right, after that, you're going to need to heat your fry pan. This will depend on your stove, but probably a medium to medium-high heat is probably really good. And just make sure that the oil is heated before you start adding in your batter. Otherwise, your batter will stick to the bottom of the pan, and that's, you don't want that. You want a nice pancake rather than a, like a half mutilated pancake. Hey. So remember, medium heat, and maybe let it warm up for about 10 minutes, and then kind of check the heat on that pan. If you add just a little bit of the batter, it should sizzle if the oil is hot enough to cook in. If it kind of just drops into the pan and it's like nothing, then it's not hot enough, okay? Right, that's it. Once you put your oil to the pan and put it aside, because you might need oil later for, the next pancake, you take your bowl full with your ingredients and batter, and you add just how you would add pancake batter to a pan. So maybe about half a cup of batter, maybe a bit more. You want a thick pancake, so maybe more. Oh, maybe like a cup. See what half a cup looks like. If there's plenty of space in the pan, put in another half a cup. There you go. Right, that's it. Once you have put your pancake in the pan, you fried it for a little while, and it's cooked on the underside, you need to flip it, and then you give it a couple more minutes as it cooks right through. A good indication is that there are bubbles on the top of the pancake where you put the batter down first. So as it's cooking, there should be little air bubbles that come up. And then once the air bubbles kind of start popping up, then that's when you flip it, and it should be a nice kind of brown golden color. After you finish cooking, put it on your plate, and you can use barbecue sauce to do a kind of little swirl across the okonomiyaki. Same thing if you like mayo, then you do the same thing, a little swirl with the mayo on top of the pancake. And last but not least, for your garnish, you're going to take that sliced nigi, and you're going to just sprinkle it a little on the top there. Right? So that is how to make okonomiyaki. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope your family enjoys it, and I do hope you've got stuff in the cupboard that will allow you to do this. In terms of if the batter is too watery, just add a bit of flour. And the same thing if your batter is too doughy, because you want it to be a nice kind of even, just falls off the spoon but doesn't like slop onto the pan off the spoon. Then just add a bit of water. はい、じゃあ以上です。はーい、さよなら。